So let's talk. Let's give the truth. The truth matters, man. And let's expose the whole situation of FC26. Let's expose the whole situation of FIFA, FC, and EA, right? And how a game that I thought could never really get killed is getting killed by the own company that owns it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, AA9 Skills. I have been making content since 2010 here on, or 2010, my channel was made in 2011, but I've been making content on this game since 2010. 2011 was my real first FIFA on YouTube. And since then, man, I've been so blessed to be a part of this community, and you guys have kept me in this community for so long. And I've had a voice in this community for so long. And you guys know I'm somebody who drops a lot of rant videos. And this year, I kind of want to just do it once and that's it. And I just want to enjoy the road to glory and try to have as much fun with this game as I can for what it is. But I want to make this video because I used to get a lot of backlash, or kind of just a lot of like people just giving me stick for making rant videos. But the reason I made the rant videos is because I didn't want the community to get to this. And now we are here and we're in a situation that's very, very hard to come back from. And I'm going to break it down for you very simple. I put a video on social media recently that just kind of went crazy, right? It really, really did go crazy. And I got to read a lot of comments, and I got to see how many people were actually kind of giving up on this game. A lot of people saying how they're so upset since the patch, since the week 1 patch got patched, since the game changed, and they're very, very upset about it, and they stopped playing. And I'm here to tell you that I understand your frustration. And I put this video on, but one thing I will tell you is that many years ago, FIFA 11, maybe like 12, 13, maybe 13, 14, I remember being in calls with everybody, man. It was me, KSI, Cal Freezy, the whole crew, Nep, everybody was there, man. And I remember telling the boys that, yo, they're just never gonna mess, like they can't mess this up. Like this game can only go up from here. Like this is a football game. It's about real life football. Like the only way they can mess this game up, mess up the views that this game has, because at this time, lads, I mean, KSI was getting crazy numbers. A few years later, I'm doing like, I don't know, 200K, 300K a video. And I'm still dropping rant videos during this time. During the peak of my career, I'm doing rant videos because I want what's best for the game. And I remember telling the boys that, and the boys would say the same thing, man, like, oh, they would have to mess this up massively. Well, they have. They've messed this up massively. And I'm going to explain why they've messed this stuff up massively, because, you know, we got a game that was pretty fun. Not everybody liked it. We got the game in September, whatever it came out. Not everybody liked it, right? Not everybody liked the fidget spinning. Not everybody liked the how fast the R1 dribbling was, how hard it was to defend. Not everybody liked it. But the one thing about life, right, is that a lot of times we don't like stuff as human beings, right? Sometimes I go to McDonald's and I'll get a Big Mac or something. It don't taste good. I'm like, I don't like this. But then a couple weeks later, I go back. It's a little bit better. Then maybe a week or two later, I go back. I don't actually eat McDonald's like that, by the way. Y'all probably think I do, but it tastes all right. And then I just, you know, because now it tastes all right. I got to that point with it, right? Because sometimes you got to do stuff over and over, right? You got to do stuff over and over, and then eventually you're like, you know what? I get it now. I understand the hype. I'm here for it, right? Initials. Sometimes you a new album comes out, and you're like, I don't really like this music Drake dropped. Then you listen to it again, you're like, wait a minute, I kind of feel this. Now I remember there was an album that Drake dropped. It might have been one. I forget what album it was. I think it was the one where he's in the clouds. The first time I listened to it, I was like, and I listened through it back again. And I was like, damn, this album's incredible. Took a second, right? So what I'm trying to get to is this. FIFA 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We used to get a game, right, that came out in September. And crossing was bossing was one of them. I don't know if you guys watched my career mode way back in the day. I'm old. Would cross the ball in. Crossing is bossing. And I score a header. Bang, it was sick, bro. That was the meta. Years before that, you would buy Brasilva players, and you would have these Brazilian silver players, and you would go into games and you would do skill moves and score long shots with Giovanni from midfield, right? I have compilations up on my YouTube channel of it. It's incredible, right? Then there was a meta where it was called the Icon Killers, where you would take these silver and low-rated gold cards like Ibarbo, and they had like 94 pace East, and there was like Eddie Johnson, I think his name was, something like that, Johnson, and you would run like 94 pace players, and you would be able to smoke icon teams. Amazing meta. In FIFA 17, we got 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and it was this real tiki-taka play style, right? Just like Barca in real life. It was sick, right? Those things stayed throughout the year. Now we get a video game where me and you deserve paychecks, and this is what I put on social media. We deserve paychecks because we are beta testers. We buy a game, we pre-order a game for $100, and we get the game on September, October, and we're so excited to have the game. And we play the game for 2 weeks, and we're like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it. And EA decides, hey, guys, we're dropping a patch. R1 dribbling is going to get nerfed. We're going to buff up defending. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get rid of kickoff glitches. Where truly all that should have been fixed was kickoff glitches and corners, and kept the game the way it was. But they decided to change the game fully. So the game gets changed fully, and a lot of people are upset. And then EA goes, I think we made a little bit of a mistake. Let's patch it again and bring back R1 dribbling a little bit. So they do that. But then people are still upset. Why? Because you showed them what the game is like without R1 dribbling, and now you brought back R1 dribbling. So now you continuously lose 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 people every time you drop a patch. Why? Because you showed them what the difference is in the gameplay. If you just would have kept it from week 1, people would have adjusted and adapted. But instead, you drop a game out that you're clearly not happy with. Why do I say that, EA Sports? And I hope you guys see this. I really hope you guys see it. And if you do, please listen. Please just listen to the video. You guys worked on a game all summer. All the producers, all the people in that building thought this game was good enough to come out. And the moment it came out, there was many people who agreed with you it was good enough to come out. And a lot of us played it and we were like, okay, there's potential. And then you guys saw a little bit of negativity and you freaked out and you changed the game that you thought that you worked on all summer was good enough. And now you continuously patch it to cater to people. And every time you patch it, you are losing more and more and more of your player base, because most of the people that are complaining to you are Call of Duty and Fortnite kids. They are kids that the moment that Fortnite or Call of Duty comes out, they are leaving regardless, because they are not actual fans of your game. They only play it because nothing else is out at the time. They are the first month players and they leave the moment a new game comes out. And you have catered to those players. And now those players are leaving no matter what, and you've left your actual fan base in the mud. You've left us looking at each other going, why did the first patch ever happen? And now we're here. And now we're staring at each other in disbelief, because the number one thing you should have worked on, EA Sports, literally, was getting rid of PC hackers. Instead of dropping patches weekly, get rid of PC hackers. And you might turn to me and say, Skills, why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? What's going on, Skills? I'll tell you why. You know how your servers feel like trash every week? It's because you cannot keep matchmaking on, because you are afraid when you go into the weekend league that you are going to match a hacker. So you turn off crossplay. And the moment you turn off crossplay, it now drops the amount of people you can match in your area around you down a very small amount. And now you're going to play somebody maybe in Texas when you live in DC, or maybe you're in England. Now you got to play somebody in France. Now you got to jump on other people's servers and other servers around the world because there's not a match near you, because you can't have crossplay open because there's still hackers somehow in FC. And the fact that you can't fix the hackers and you haven't disabled PC from playing Xbox and PlayStation is mind-boggling to me. At least let Xbox and PlayStation play each other so people can get better matchmaking throughout the weekend league. But instead you focused on what? Fixing R1 dribbling. And you know why you fixed R1 dribbling? Because people are mad about fidget spinners. Now let me break it down to you. If I see another person say, in real life, there's no such thing as a fidget spinner. In real life, Aitana and Mbappe don't play on the same team. You bought a video game, lad, that girls and guys play on the team together. That does not happen in professional football. The fact that you bought the game thinking you're buying a football simulation game and Aitana is out jumping Cristiano Ronaldo is, first of all, the problem. This is where the problem begins. When EA Sports added girls to FC, it was an awesome thing. And it was something that should have happened because it makes the global game big for women football. And I agree with it. The problem is they should have had their own tournaments. We should have had our own weekend league for women cards. And it could have been something that happened during the week. It could have been something that happened during the weekend. It could have ran at the same time as Foot Champions. There should have been a girl one and a guy one, just like there's the FIFA World Cup for men and the FIFA World Cup for women. It should have been that in the football game, because that's what it is in real life. And that would have been the actual simulation of the game, right? If you would have brought about it like that, if you would have taken it like that, in that direction, would have made the most sense. That's not what took place. So now you go into Ultimate Team, lads, and you want to play this simulator people are asking for, but how are you going to simulate Aitana jumping over Cristiano Ronaldo or Rodman winning a header over Haaland? You can't simulate that. So stop saying that you want a real life football game. Stop saying you don't want to see people fidget spin. Stop saying you don't want to see R1 dribbling. Stop saying you don't want to see skill moves. Stop saying you don't want to see long shots because you don't see that in real life. It doesn't matter what you see in real life. This is a video game. And I don't know if any of y'all noticed, but football right now in real life is very boring. And many people, I might lose you right there. But if you know me as a content creator, you guys know I post a lot. I have a YouTube football channel. I'm posting on social media consistently about football. We talk football. I get football takes. There is many people who listen to SK Football Takes, and I don't know why, but I appreciate you guys. But I just want to say to you, all of us that watch that content and you guys that consume my content, we all agree on one thing. Low block football right now is very boring. And it is not the same as football was in 2017, 16, 15, 14. Football has changed massively and teams play very, very defensive and is very, very low block. If you want a simulation of real life football, you have it right now. 8 men, 9 men in front of the box. That's real life football. That is Barcelona against Celta Vigo. That is Man City against a relegation team. That is freaking, when Bayern Munich plays against Benfica. That's what football is. This is it. This is the game that you guys would want if they go based off of real life. Because based off of real life right now, football is in a very anti-football place. It's in a place where it is not that enjoyable. We don't have the Neymarzitos. We don't have the Messis and the Cristiano Ronaldos in their prime. We don't have the Ronaldinhos. We don't have the Xavi and Iniestas to break down people. We don't have there used to be back in the day just certain teams that were really good at defending, like Inter Milan was a real good defensive team. And the Italian football was a very, very defensive. Now everyone is that. Now everyone is this massively defensive team that plays low block no matter how big or small your team is. So at the end of the day, we got to stop asking for a simulation of what real life football is, right? And be more clear with our words. We want a fun game. We want a game that every single mode you go into doesn't feel stupid competitive. We want a mode that every mode you go into, you don't feel like you're playing like your life depends on it. You want a mode that you play and you feel rewarded. You play weekend league right now, win 14-1. I'm making like 200. I'm making like 50K, losing like 200 on players I bought. You go into rivals and people don't even know if it's worth playing rivals anymore because rewards are absolutely in the mud. You're barely rewarded for that. The only thing that low-key semi kind of feels fun is the gauntlet because you have to play with different teams. But let's be honest, you're still matching the Pinas and everybody else of the world. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, lads, what I'm trying to tell you is this. We get this game that constantly gets patches, and the patches just make it worse and worse every single week. And the more patches that come out, it feels like the more sluggish the servers feel. And the more the sluggish the servers feel, the more we wish we could have crossplay open and not have to play against a hacker, right? And the more that we play against hackers, the more that we miss the old days and nostalgic feeling of these video games that used to give you such a good, fun experience. Not a sad experience, an experience that you really felt proud when you put a new player into your team, or when you got a new player and you were really excited to use that player, or when you found a new card, you were really excited to tell people about it. That's what the experience that we all want and miss, and it's no longer a part of it, right? Because EA Sports did so many things wrong in the past, and I'm gonna break it down for you real quick, and I know this video is gonna get long, and I apologize for that. I've told this story many times. There was a community manager, I won't say no names. I was at the beach with my wife. I'll never forget this. She wasn't my wife at the time. She was my girl. We were vlogging, by the way. I think my wife was to the side vlogging, and I was on the phone, and I was sitting in my truck, and I'm on the phone. I'm sitting in front of this beach bar. We're about to go inside, and I'm telling the community manager, hey, man, I don't think that we should do share plays like this. And by the way, I only knew this guy there. I didn't know many other people. I was like, I don't think you guys should do share plays like this. I think that you guys should stop share plays of the weekend league rewards, because the more you show people what top 100 rewards look like, the more it becomes normal, and then nobody's going to want to see it because everyone can do it. And his reply was, Skills, the higher ups think this is amazing for the game because it's huge exposure for FIFA. We are very happy with the way it's going. And I said, dude, if it keeps going like this, there's going to be nothing special. And they kept going with it. Now we're at a point where you've seen so many people do icon packs that if you pack R9, there's no feeling. It's one of those things where if you roll down social media, right? If you're going down your social media timeline and you see something very disturbing, right? You're like, wow, that's disturbing. I wish I never seen that, right? Maybe an injury or something. And you're like, I wish I never seen that. And then you scroll, you keep scrolling, whatever. And then you see it again. But the second time, you're kind of used to it now. The third time, you're even more used to it. And then by that, it's just normal to you by the fourth, fifth time. So you've seen so many icon and hero packs, and you've seen so many of the good ones that anytime someone posts, OMG, I packed a Ronaldo, you don't really care because you've seen a million Ronaldos come out. And every time you see somebody post 15-0 rewards, you don't really care because you've seen somebody drop 30 15-0 rewards in share plays. and everything has been given to you to where you don't care no more because we've seen everything that can be done. There is nothing in FC that can be done that hasn't been done. It's all been done. And it's been done and seen out of packs because of Shareplays, because all this stuff is thrown to you consistently, and you see it and consume it consistently to where now, no matter what anyone hits or does, it's just a regular feeling. It's just normal to you. And I told them this, but I didn't tell them about Shareplays with the icon packs and party bags. Those weren't out yet. This was FIFA 17, lads. I was telling them about people showcasing, and at that time, I don't even think it was Shareplays. I think it was just people sending their recordings or people jumping on people's accounts to open their rewards. And I was like, and even I did it. I was a part of it because I jumped on the trend too after they said they wouldn't change it. So I tried to tell them like, yo, this is going to become a problem and it's going to really, really kill the mode even more. And they didn't listen. And they were like, nah, it's fine. And it got to the point where, guess what? It happened. No one cares about weekend league rewards. Why? Because we've seen it all. We've seen all the share plays. We've seen it. It's been done. And it took away from the best of the best players, right? Like, I truly believe that #Harry and Tex would probably get crazy over 500K a video. If no one was able to showcase the 15-0 every weekend, those people doing it would have gotten crazy numbers on videos because it was so rare to see it, right? But you took what was rare and it became normal. So now there's nothing that's rare. So there's things that throughout the history of this game, content creators have tried to speak up and fight for it and try to get it to stop, and they didn't listen. And that's my only example because I've never really I had a relationship with EA Sports back in FIFA 11. All the way to about, it's when I met KSI and became really close with KSI. And probably up until about FIFA 13, 14, somewhere around there. And then KSI and everybody, all of us took like coins. We took coins. I don't know if KSI did, but I took coins. And then my relationship kind of went sour with them. And then I kind of never really got my relationship back with them. Really, if I'm being honest with you, they never really messed with me anymore after that because I took coins. And I was one of the first ones to take coins, me and a bunch of other people. We took coin sponsorships and they didn't really like that. And yeah, they never liked me since. And then, you know, now they kind of like still, you know, they'll hit me and ask me if I want the game, or they don't invite me to any events. They never send me anything. Like, you'll see people get like team of the year boxes, or I don't get nothing like that. I don't get no treatment like that. I never have. I think they've sent me one thing in my entire career. It kind of got to the point where EA Sports with my manager, where I just told them, you know, we kind of like tried to fix that relationship. It didn't happen. And I just told them, well, it is what it was. Like, move on. Like, we don't work with them. And that's kind of what it became. It became one of those things where it's like, sadly, I know I took coins in the beginning. That was my bad, but I never had done nothing else to them. I never done anything out, and almost every content creator did. I never done nothing else to them. I've never made like crazy videos. Did I make rant videos? Of course, because I wanted the game to be better, but I've never called them names or maybe on a stream I said the B word or something like that just because I was mad. Everybody does it when they're mad. But I never intentionally said anything negative about anybody in that building, but for some reason they low-key just hate me. And I'm okay with it. And in FIFA 19, I guess I'm kind of exposing everything here. In FIFA 19, I kind of got accused by the community of being like on their payroll, and I was a golden boy, and literally behind the scenes, my manager's just trying to even get a relationship with them to see if we could even eventually one day do a brand deal or something with them, right? Behind the scenes, my manager's trying to fix, like, hey, yo, my manager's like, hey, maybe we could fix this. And we couldn't. It just wasn't fixable. And for whatever reason, they just didn't like me. Yeah, and I'm getting accused, and I'm just sitting there like watching people accuse me of being a golden boy and being in EA's pocket. And I'm like, damn, I don't even got a relationship with them. And I'm just getting slayed. And I'm just sitting there like, I just wish I could say more. And I just didn't say it because I just felt that the people that were with me and on my side that rolled with me were the real ones. And I didn't want, if someone was going to turn their back on me that quick, I didn't want to try to fix that relationship because clearly they didn't like me in the first place. So I kind of just let it ride, and I didn't really say much. But that whole time in my head, I'm just thinking, this is crazy. I've never received a paycheck from EA Sports. I did tell people that. I never received a paycheck from EA Sports. I've never been told what to do or not to do by EA Sports. Like I said, man, it's one of those things where it's like, I've tried to speak up to help this video game. I've tried to keep a relationship with EA Sports to try to help them understand, because I don't think I'm anything special. I'm definitely not, but I play the game at an extremely high level. And I think that there's certain people in this community that are content creators. Myself, Boros Legends, a very, very good FIFA player. and many others that have played the game on a pro scene, but have taken content creation more serious. And I think that the opinions of those that have played both sides should be listened to in a way, because they know and they love the pro scene. I love the pro scene. I was part of it. I was in it. I loved it. I almost made an esport team, bro. I almost made an esport team in 2018 or something. And then I signed with Complexity, and I was with them, and I've been with them since 2019 all the way to 2005. I recently just left Complexity. And the only reason I left them is because the whole esport industry is in a really tough place right now. It's the only reason I left them. I would never left them. And at the end of the day, I love that scene, right? But I love the content creation scene way more. And it's one of those things where you have to choose and you have to listen to people that have been involved in both to really understand. And someone like Boras Legend, someone like myself that's done it, someone like Nick, Run the Full Market Nick, that plays the game at a very, very high level, are people that they could really listen to and really talk to and understand, because I think we understand very much what the community wants. And also understand what pro players want in a way. We kind of have both like sides of it. But they don't talk to me. They don't even ask me what I think. They don't even care. And it's just really, really sad, man. It's really, really, really sad to see, man. It truly is sad to see where this community has gone and what it's done and where it's become. But I will tell you one thing, lads. Will I continue to play FIFA? Yeah, because it's my favorite game. Because I don't like Call of Duty. I don't like Battlefield. I like sports games. I like Madden. I like football. I like FIFA, FC. I like boxing games. That's my games. That's what I like. It's what I enjoy. So I'm gonna continue playing it. But there's a lot that's wrong with it. And I do truly wish that there could be a way for them to understand where we're coming from. But many decisions they've made over these years, they thought were going to be better for the game and more exposure, has killed the game. I think bringing women and men together in games has hurt the game a bit. I think a lot of people got upset about that. And it definitely hurt how many people play the game. I think the constant patching of the game has hurt the game massively. I think the party bags, the Shareplays, hurt the game because people have seen everything there is to do. So what's the point? It's so easy to obtain. So what's the point? I think the lack of what to grind for has hurt the game. And I think the heavy servers have hurt the game. And I think all of these things have hurt the game and have gotten to the point where EA Sports are killing off one of the biggest franchises in the history of gaming, because they keep making decisions that are just not the smartest decision for what community they have. They thought, like I said, they were going to be able to expose their game to a bigger audience by bringing certain things in, and it just didn't do that. It did the opposite. So again, man, I just wanted to kind of speak what I believe has gone wrong with these games, and hope that it gets better. Over time. It's Call of Duty week, which means more people will leave this game because it's just not that fun for a lot of people. It's not that enjoyable for a lot of people. And yeah, man. So it's tough. It's real tough. Anyways, man, I hope you guys enjoyed it. There ain't really much more for me to say. I kind of went through everything, gave you like a whole timeline. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if I left anything out, but I don't think I did, bro. The servers are a mess because we can't have crossplay open. We're beta testers at this point. And people that just don't want the game to be fidget spinning and R1 dribbling want a simulation, but want Aitana and Mbappe on the same team. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how someone can say, oh, that's not a football game. Buddy, you're not playing a real life football game. I don't know how you can't see that. The only way it should be ever real life is when you go into head to head. Anyways, love you guys, man. Thank y'all for watching. It's been your boy Skills. We'll see what happens in the future, man. I really hope they make a patch that makes the game better. But again, another patch. Absolutely insane. Love you guys, man. Thank y'all for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Booyah, we out of here.